I never believed people when they said they could feel someone watching them. I always thought it was just anxiety. Your brain notices something small, fills in the blanks, and suddenly, you convince yourself you're not alone. That's exactly what I told myself, until I started working late. I'm an accountant, and every month we have to stay after hours to finish reports before payroll. The office is on the 18th floor of a business tower downtown. During the day, the building is packed. At night, it feels abandoned. The cleaning staff usually leave around 10:30. Security stays in the lobby. By midnight, I'm normally the only person left upstairs. At least, that's what I was told. The first strange thing happened on a Thursday. I finished work just after midnight and walked to the elevators. There are 4 elevators, but only one runs after 11 p.m. When the doors opened, I stepped inside and pressed G. Just before the doors closed, I had this strange feeling, like someone else had gotten in behind me. I turned around immediately. Nobody. I laughed at myself. The elevator started moving. About halfway down, I heard breathing. Very slow, very calm. I held my own breath. The sound stopped. I breathed again. It came back. I convinced myself it was just the ventilation system. The doors opened in the lobby.
Late night again?
I nodded and went home. The next night, it happened again. Same elevator. Same feeling, like someone stepped in at the last second. This time I checked every corner before the doors even closed. I was completely alone. As the elevator descended, I caught something moving, not behind me, in the reflection. The inside walls of the elevator were polished steel, just enough to reflect shapes. For less than a second, I saw someone standing directly behind me. I spun around. Nothing. The reflection showed only me. I didn't sleep much that night. Over the next week, the feeling got worse. Every ride down felt crowded. Not physically, just occupied. Sometimes I'd hear another breath. Sometimes I'd hear what sounded like a shoe lightly scraping the floor. Once, I was certain someone whispered,
"Don't look."
I stopped taking the elevator for 2 days. Instead, I walked down 18 flights of stairs. It took forever, but nothing strange happened. Eventually, I told myself I was being ridiculous, so I used the elevator again. Big mistake. That Friday, I finished work around 1 a.m. I walked toward the elevator. Before I pressed the button, I noticed something. The floor indicator. It was moving. 18, 17, 16, 15. Someone was coming up. I waited. The elevator reached my floor. The doors opened. It was empty. I stepped inside. The floor was wet, not soaked, just as though someone had been standing there in the rain. The doors closed. I pressed G. The elevator didn't move. Instead, it went up. 19, 20, 21. I frowned. The building only had 20 floors. The display changed again. 22. Then, the display went blank. Everything stopped. The lights stayed on. But the elevator was completely silent. No motor, no movement, nothing. Then I heard breathing. Not mine. Someone else's, very close, right beside my left ear. I couldn't move. Every instinct told me not to turn my head. Then, the elevator mirror fogged up. Not all of it, just one small patch, as if someone had exhaled onto the glass. Words slowly appeared. Don't turn around. My heart started racing. I squeezed my eyes shut. I kept telling myself none of it was real. Then the elevator jerked. The lights flickered. The display came back. 20, 19, 18, 17. It was finally going down. When the doors opened in the lobby, I almost ran outside. I asked him if anyone else was still in the building. He checked his monitor.
No, just you.
I told him everything. The breathing, the reflection, the words. He didn't laugh. Instead, he became unusually quiet. Then he asked,
"Which elevator?"
I pointed toward it. He took me into the security office and replayed the elevator camera. I watched myself enter. The floor was dry, no reflections, no strange lights, no fog, no words. I looked completely normal, until halfway through the recording, I suddenly stepped to the right, like I was making room for someone. Then, I smiled, not a nervous smile, a genuine one. Like I recognized whoever had just entered. I don't remember doing that.
You've done that 3 times.
I stared at him. What? He opened older recordings. Every late night. Same elevator. Same thing. Halfway down, I stepped aside, smiled, and stood shoulder to shoulder, with empty space. I quit that job the following Monday. A month later, one of my old co-workers called me. He'd been working late and asked if I remembered telling him about the elevator. I laughed nervously. Yeah. There was a long pause. Then he said something I'll never forget.
I think I know who you were making room for.
I asked what he meant. He told me he was leaving the office around midnight. As the elevator doors opened, he saw someone standing inside, facing the back wall, wearing a dark suit. He assumed it was another employee. He apologized for interrupting and waited for the next elevator. A few seconds later, the same elevator reached the lobby, empty. The security footage showed no one had ever been inside. I haven't been back to that building since, but even now, whenever an elevator door opens, I never step in immediately.